Today we are going to be starting Arcanist. As I explained in one of my other Let's Play videos, I did have to start this on a character that I previously had. Quietly is someone that I made a long time ago when I had done my first playthrough. So she was already luckily through the part where I could go and adopt another class, so thank God for that. But yeah, so this is the character we'll be doing this episode on, and then after that we'll be moving back to the usual character that I play through. So we're gonna go ahead and talk to Murray here, and we're gonna play through, all the way up to level 10, and then I'll switch back to my other character for the next episode. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It's here that we research and develop the field of Arcanamia. Arcanamia is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. If you prefer an arcane art built on structure, thought, and precise reasoning, then your discerning, intelligent intellect may find a home here in our guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate? Yes. Aha! Just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The root of Arcanamia can be traced back to the esocentric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folks, that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Built on this precise the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allow a practitioner to weave ether into specific magical effects. Jeez, I can't read today. The mage evoked this new form of magic, became known as Arcanists, and the School of Arcanamia was born. Many such mages wishing to expand their understanding of the world took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival to Limsa, Arcanists found themselves welcome into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realm of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merylweb, counting several wielders of Arcanamia amongst her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express order, an official Arcanist Guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanamia, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you invite such cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Let's go. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intermediated by the thought of excessive thinking? Intermediated, what the heck? Intimidated. My brain just completely farted and died a little bit. Anyway, your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guild master, that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to an extraordinary circumstance, however, he is unreachable at the present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thumbergem. She should shoulder full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her over there, by the bookshelf. You needn't be shy, though she might her mind is sharp and critical. Her manner is always most welcoming. Hello, ma'am. Hi. Yes. I put food in my mouth. Yes, I am Thumbergem. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Muri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as an acting guild master until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke to you of our art's origins. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanamia taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain of the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by her ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanamia will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? I'm ready. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matching to the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Alright. Arcanist unlocked. It is a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you, the grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle. A fact you will soon discover. In Lore Lenoska, you will find, among others, 3 species of pests, Orphrats, little ladybugs, and Aureliae. I ask that you employ your fledgling skills in Arcanamia to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the temple gate, and you will soon encounter the potential target in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this primary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Alright. Right this way. I see the creatures beyond the city walls posed you little threat. It is with great pleasure, then, that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays with the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. When you feel you can command carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instructions. I will be waiting. Ah, quiet, isn't it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must oft remind my Arcanists to take meals, and unscorched do they become in their studies. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As with your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower Lenoska, 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mandragorias, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponent. Formulate an effective strategy and utilize your arcane entities to its full potential. I expect you back in time for dinner. Oh, I do have a little carbuncle following me around. Come on, little buddy. Look at him. I don't believe I have any mounts, do I? I don't. So I have to run. Great. Welcome back, Quiet. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with a more practical examination? Our master at Mielvin's Gate requires us to inspect and record the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to the cliffs south of Zephyr Gate. I want you to examine those crates, then return the inspected cargo here to me. You would be surprised at the depth to which some merchants will sink to deter our custom agents from performing various investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, flesh-eating Veilkin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. What's in the box? What is in the box? Alright. Inspection. Yeah. What is in the box? We found out. Oh. Boy. I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the moment and allow me a moment to conjugate. The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemies set against you. Yet, effective though your tactics were, I spied more room for improvement. As I watched your battle, the wheels of my mind whirled into motion, as they are wont to do, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. Okay. Let's see. Taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in etheric constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh my calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9785. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Though the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Kalila, Melvin Gates' assessor. Acting Guild Master Thumbergam elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction to the field of Arcanamia. Okay. Right. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail regarding your choice of arcane geometries. What factor most influences your actions during battle? A desire to outwit my enemy. Potential for amusement. I simply do what feels right. Just as I predicted, and now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an Arcanist of note is 90%, give or take 0.5%. Yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responds to my request in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me my first grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. While our inscrutable leader is, as I'm sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with his most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you are, you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty Arcanist is beyond our potential abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with carbuncle. Masteries with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanamia. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mistress Thumbergam is awaiting some inspected cargo. Oh, what of myself? I'm off to tend to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but there is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. Right. Ah, quiet. Have you returned with the cargo? I have the cargo, ma'am. Yes, everything seems to be in order, relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand. I also had word from Calais regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guilds can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instruction she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach of our art. Did you perhaps notice the battered tome Calais carries? That initiate's grimoire has served her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to have kept all the way to her present position as Foreseer. I fear such an intense focus on Arcanamia has led her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our master strategist guides your Arcanist's training, I hope that you might return the favor and help to broaden her own perspectives somewhat. But enough of such matters for the moment. You have done well this day, Quiet. Continue your practice with Carbuncle as Calais has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lesson. Alright. Yes, Quiet. The time for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust. Taking the occasional brisk walk, one cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Clay's instructions, you should be ready to face a more dangerous threat found in western Lanoska. I speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect sample size. The first act as a preliminary test case, and second to test your hypothesis, the third to perfect the tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging runes over and over. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought reflect that. If you find yourself wanting of other approaches, consider an assault with rune in tandem with attack from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a critical blow to your opponent. Unattuned. Unfortunate. Okay. What is... I guess we go down to the Fishers Guild. We take the ferry across to Ailport, and then... we go from there. Purchase to Ailport, please. Yes. Yes, please. Hi. Excuse me. Pardon me. Wait. I already had Ailport set? Unfortunate. Welcome back, Quiet. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride the wave of triumph onto an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompany Foreseer Kyla on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical applications of Arcanamia. Pray do not tarry, Quiet. Kyla awaits you on the floor below with further details. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Where is she? A timely appearance as expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylestocks family. Our agent suspects these beastmen merchants are of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated the announcing of an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer point of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the battlefield. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your precisions accordingly. Now, should the goblin offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1-3-4-5, otherwise known as the stratagem focus fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attack on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither until the combined onslaught probability of victory 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of Cookpot in Middle Lanoska. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you have arrived. She's got the brains, but not the reflexes, huh? Oops. Shit over. I am Foreseer Kyla, Meal Vanguard. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobby's spit uplander, nose eyes on stabby iron. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Quiet. Remember that what we discussed. Nicely done. Improvisation. Jesus Christ. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how strategy of the given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strategies and strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? Covering my weaknesses. Oh, again you respond as the Guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability for your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits and the limits of your allies and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thumbigrim. Until we meet next time, I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategy will keep me company. Yes, ma'am. Back from the field quiet, Kyla's contacted me with a summary of the events. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners, without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to... He's naked. From which to draw. It is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep your studies and maintain the razor's edge of your mind. Great. Alright, so, turn around. This is it for today, guys. I am going to be moving back to my main character after this, so we are saying goodbye to Quietly. But yeah, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Like, subscribe if you want to see this content some more, you want to follow the Let's Play. I'm doing all of the class jobs and stuff like that. I'm also doing all of the main MSQ, and I'm going to be putting summaries up on my other YouTube, so take a peek at that. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, join the Discord if you want. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.